When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex, and I'm here with my guy. Right hand, left hand. He got the mitts for me. This is Lidz Low. What's going on, brother?
All right, man, everything kosher on this Thursday, brother. Waiting for Friday.
Definitely, man. And we've been having a few crazy weeks of boxing. So let's get right to it, man. We need to do a recap because you and I, we've been touching bases, but not really having a chance to dig in on what we saw. A lot of fallout and subterfuge, which is what I titled this episode, man, because a lot of people are talking about what happened, or maybe not about what happened. They're talking about what is supposed to happen and what's next. So let's just start at the top, man. Shakur,
Hmm.
what did you think of his performance? What did you think of the event, and potentially what's next for him?
Well, all around good show for me, man. Got in there and showed what he could do. He showed exactly what I think of him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what everybody else thinks, but what I think of him and I always thought of him, he's showing it, bro. He moving up to a new division, bringing the skills with him, getting sharper, getting more dangerous.
I thought that was very important too, because a lot of people don't understand. If you had an issue with him, knock in and knock out, which is the narrative that people like to run with, imagine a man that can punish you with his
Yeah,
skills and you can't hit him.
ain't can't do nothing about it, bro. Like I ain't mad at people who like knockouts. That's cool, but it's not all to boxing, bro. I love knockout. Ain't nothing wrong with a good knockout, but
Yeah.
I like to, ain't nothing wrong with a motherfucker who can whoop your ass, man. Like just even though you're a good fighter. He makes you look like like a okay fighter.
And I think that's one part that people are missing. When Shakur puts on these master classes, it's hard to really understand what he's doing because it's almost irregardless of who he's in the ring with. He would make a lot of that's what makes a master class a master class. He might make a lot of folk look like that. And I think people, it's difficult for them to accept that unless he get an opponent to where they think that that opponent has a better chance. So I
Right.
and like I said, I had no issue with the opponent because anytime a fighter moves up in weight, there's challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat the guy up. Now I heard somebody quote, he tweeted something interesting. He said Shakur's opponent was straight out of Kobe Bar and Grill or something like that. I think there was some illusions about the gentleman being a chef, but what I say to that is, man, I don't know how many fighters have the luxury to just be fighters. A lot of fighters are day laborers. They could be contractors, even though some white collar guys. So
Right.
I wouldn't really disparage what the man do for a living to qualify him as an opponent. I would just say whoever your guy is, put him in there against Shakur and see how it fares for him. Maybe he won't look like the professional fighter that you think your man is, but.
And that's the thing, man. What's his name? What was it? Yoshino, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He was good, but you gotta think before him, two, three other people turned down the fight, bro. See, and that's the fun. Like people like to jump on one thing and just ride it out like that's it. No, man, like the man tried to fight. He literally went down the line
Yeah.
list to get a fight. Yoshino said, "Fuck it, he want to try. He did it. He see what it is."
Right. Which is more than what we can say. Right. Cambosa said, "Oh, I'm a little busy. I'm tied up." Right.
Kimbo said, "David just whooped my ass twice. You think I'm gonna fuck around with you too?" He said, "Hell nah."
Pitbull Cruz, turned it down. William Zapata over at Golden Boy turned it down. A lot of cats turned this down at 135. But we'll see, man, because I hear, or at least I saw somewhere, maybe there's a potential for a Jermaine Ortiz, right? But let me go ahead.
That was him or what's his name? Gustavo. It's a dude named Gustavo. They like either one of them two are right on top of each other.
Sure,
That's
sure.
who is going. That's who is going to end up being next. One of those two because like people already said what they said, and he just got to keep picking down the line. You know what I mean?
Well, let's
Hey,
add this. Let's add this to it because I asked somebody else this question, and I think it's rhetorical at this point, but does Top Rank have enough work to feed both Keyshawn, who I want to talk about next, and Shakur at 135? Because even if you play the that's my little man game, like, do you feed little man off your plate, or is he eating out of his own trough, so to speak? I don't know.
I think Keyshawn, he will be eating out his own trough soon. Like if he fuck around and make that Frank Martin fight, hey, he already like he exceeding quickly. You know what I mean? It's just some people got it, gift wise, mouth and skills. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn one on one, man. He moving quick, and even though he is on the court, hey, you never know, right? They possibly could because of the fast track. Remember, see the whole thing about Devin, Devin and Shakur supposed to be fine, but they are been said a long time ago like they were gonna meet probably at 147.
Yeah.
But again, the time now, that's probably if it was just going, I guess, according to plan. But now, shit not having core body picking up quicker. You know what I'm saying? He had to, get a couple fights in at 30, then come right to 135. He ain't dependent if he keep getting bullshitting around with the people at 35, the man probably gonna have to keep it pushing to 140. Like,
yeah.
So it's pushing them bigger fights, quicker to make happen. You know what I'm saying? I know some people like, let the people fight and they need more fights. And no, I ain't into the marination shit at all.
Yeah.
Cause that shit can get lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind them fighting young because they can fight a couple of times. And in the hell, they can fight once in each division as they go up. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Top Rank will be all right, man. They got a hell of a lot over there, but
Okay. I want to make sure, because what happens is, we talk about a fighter like Big Baby, right? I know for a fact now George Arias, they kind of had to find him and create the idea that he was an opponent, a suitable opponent for Jared Anderson. But the truth is, Jared Anderson is a lot further along than a George Arias, and that's no disrespect to Arias. Like, George Arias is a top level regional type fighter. And Jared Anderson is on his way to being a world-class fighter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that in itself. But okay, you gave George Arias a chance. Now, when I say world-class, what do you think? Excuse me. And I might be one of the few, but Jared Anderson, he may get a Johnny Rice because it's Top Rank. But I'm also asking, what do you think about Johnny Rice? Excuse me, Jared Anderson and Otto Wallin, since Top Rank has access to him and he's a free agent, right?
That's not bad.
Or maybe something, in the UK, man. I really think I need to see Jared Anderson and a Daniel Dubois, even though I'm hearing, Dubois, and you said, like, or Fabio Wardley. I'm still big on Fabio Wardley. He had to fight with Michael Coffey. If people thought that was a premature stoppage, those are the fights I'd like to see Jared Anderson in, because I'm just concerned that on the state side of things, it may be a lot of subterfuge. They may, because it's Top Rank, they may feed him guys that's not really giving him the opportunity to show how good he really is,
I was watching the last match and I was like, again, certain people. He won the one time for him to go to that next level, man, because he doing them boy bad. It's like, and it look good, but that kind of get old because like, all right, now you just beating up on folks. It's like, and you good. You know you good. We know you good. It's time to take it up to like, shit, B+. You know what I'm saying? Right up in there, man.
And look, we saw what it did for Fab Wardley. And again, I might be biased because I follow UK boxing a little closely, but getting an opponent like a Michael Coffey, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was coming off of losses, truthfully, look at what Jermaine Franklin as an opponent did for Anthony Joshua versus giving him a domestic UK opponent. It's something about getting that international sharpening that does something for a fighter. And I'm just saying, I think it's time, because truth be told, Daniel Dubois did his part, because after a loss to Joe Joyce, he beat Trevor Bryan, you know what I'm saying? Right. Who's a veteran and the title holder at that time, so I think, I gotta see.
What about your boy? What about the big babies fight for the name? Is it time, or do the other big babies still need a couple more fights?
No. It's funny you should say that because again, shout out to TBV because Danny asked him that, and Jared said, the fight ain't really worth it. He ain't interested in it. But I when I heard that, that was a political answer. It's something that I saw in his body language that said, yeah, I'll fuck that nigga up for that name. Maybe
And
I'm
I
exaggerating.
mean, and that's kind of that next level because he's a name. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But
And
if
a
he ain't want to fight,
problem.
if they don't want to fight, I guess hey, can't make them fight. So,
Yeah.
but but yeah, I think Jay he ready, man, because he just like we say, it's levels to this shit, bro. And he moving on up.
Well, let me ask you this. Does a match with FA Ajaba and Jared Anderson do anything for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a damn good tip.
I'm the other way. I kind of think FA, we seen what we're going to see of him. I
Mm-hmm.
think FA is not who he thinks he is.
Uh-huh.
And I think Jared would dispatch him. I think Jared would get rid of FA. I don't even
But
think
FA,
it's a contest.
he only got one loss though, right?
He only got the one loss, but you know what it is? This is just me. If we think that Dubois was gun shy, right?
Yeah.
After his fight, he kind of showed us he wasn't. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We still waiting for Anthony Joshua to show us he's not gun shy. He'll leave the house with it on him, but we don't know if he really going. You know what I mean? And I think FA is similar. Like FA, I don't even think he'll carry it. You got to be there with him with it on you to give him the confidence. I just don't see it. You know what I'm talking about because when I said it.
But see, okay, I wouldn't give him the match. I think Jared would be him, obviously, too. I think because Jared moved too much. FA is a bit on the slow side.
Yeah.
But he got the punch. If he catches, it's a nice punch. But for Jared, I would think he would handle that very nicely. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not
FA be like trying to find his ass.
And I ain't trying to knock FA. I'm just saying,
I feel you, but FA is up there, and that is another notch up. Again, it's just moving them past where he at, and I can take a FA. I can take a FA because again, it's a name. If you know boxing, it's a name. Sure. So yeah, man, I ain't got no problem with you. And Jared, he's gonna be a bad man, bro.
He just needs either a contemporary on this side or somebody from that side, just so it can, it's not always that you gotta answer a question. Go ahead, shoot.
Yeah, you're right. But I wouldn't mind him going across the water too, because that's a good experience for him too. And like you said, the Wileen, I like the Wileen idea. It's a common opponent with Tyson. Not that he, trying to go straight to Tyson, but I'm saying that puts him again.
Just that other level.
That next level, man.
Yo, I even mentioned his name because look, Jermaine Franklin, shit, dust him off again. Jared Anderson and Jermaine Franklin. You know what I'm saying?
And he fresh out to fight Joshua.
Because Jermaine Franklin is, he's like how Jerry Forrest was, but at the championship level. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Franklin, he done went over there. He was the litmus test for them UK guys. They said, look, if y'all can't get past Buddy from the Midwest, then I don't know what y'all gonna be able to do at the top level. You get what I'm trying to say? So if we ain't smart enough to do that, just the UK is smart enough to know. That's respect due to Jermaine Franklin. Because over here, we might be disrespecting him and calling him a journeyman, but in the UK, they're like, nah, that's good work. And we could give him a bag that's enough for enough attention. So come on now, Jermaine Franklin. I might have got you a bag. Dimitri Salita, cut me a check, champ. You know how I get down. But look, Seb Fundora, let's just get to it real quick. It wasn't his fault. That's his nature. He fight like a smaller guy.
He do.
Were you surprised, number one, and number two, what do you think how he comes back from this?
Surprise. I kinda wasn't expecting that knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But kudos to Mendoza for that. Obviously the man got power. Hey man, it's Fundora, he probably not gonna change his style. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's his nature. That's how he likes to fight. But going forward, we might want to take heed because guys like that. I know he was coming straight forward though. He ain't leaving too much space. But that's why the jab is the jab. You know what I'm saying? Jab, move around, jab, move around. Shit, guide him with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep coming in, all right, but you gonna keep catching the jab. But he fight good on the inside. That's the thing. He's just long, but he do good on the inside. He, like they say, he fight friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you get caught, you get caught. So now it look like your little weakness is that the chin. So you would want to develop the jab now. You know what I'm saying? Because you on that level of where them guys, Charlo probably looking like, man, who I wish I could have. You know what I'm saying?
And Lubin want that rematch. Or he been wanting that rematch. You know what I'm saying?
Lubin even more like, oh, hell yeah, nigga. We about even up now. Let's get it.
Because all Lubin is saying to himself, I wish I would have just boxed him a little bit more instead of fighting his fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, I think Fundora, I think the game will treat him respectfully because of what he contributed in that he gave, and most people will tell you, yeah, he gave away his greatest assets and made himself vulnerable.
Yeah.
And he did that intentionally. And for that, I think the fans in the fight game will respect him. And as far as the rankings go, hey, this is the risk of those entrance situations. It happened to Dillian White with Povetkin. It happens,
Right.
far more often than we can remember. But I think he just gotta retool it. Remember that he's got a jab, and yeah, man, he'll be back, man. Seb Fundora will be back, man. I'm sure he'll be fine.
He good, man. Even the way he said it, you know what I'm saying? You like good, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't taking no way. It's like, damn, motherfucker got me, he got me. Like, hey. But yeah, you gotta love that type of attitude, man. That's boxing though, you know what I'm saying? Again, when somebody, take that L, man, it's okay. You gotta look at who it was to, how he took it. You know what I'm saying? Hell, he got caught. Now Mendoza, see what I'm saying? It's a spotlight on him.
Yeah.
Another star is born, as they say.
Nah, man, you're right. That's the beautiful part, man. And so another guy that it's funny you use that phrase because he uses that often. Teofimo Lopez, another star is born. He loves to, but Heisman night is his night. And even on Shakur's night, there was an announcement in relation to Teofimo Lopez, him and Josh Taylor. They're meeting. Now, I got to unpack this like this, and I'm going to let you have it, man. Just like, when you roll something up, you take 2 pulls, and you got a jet till you pass it to your man. Let me just... Josh Taylor is full of shit. He ducked Jack Catterall, held on to the ring title for no fucking reason because he was scared to move up to 147. Even though Top Rank ain't got a whole lot of work at 147, he was still scared to move up to 147. As big as he is, he probably understood that the depth of it, just if they're on the humble, a Josh Taylor versus a Blair to Flair. You know what I'm saying? How would that turn out? A Josh Taylor versus a Virgil Ortiz before you even start talking about the Spence, Thurman to get off his ass at that point. You know what I'm saying? For sure, be like, let me pick off this dude. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah. A lot could have happened. And Tio, it's not as bad on him. He's taking the fight at 140. That he's trying to make his new career at 140, so it's not as bad on him to me as it is on Josh because he's still old Catterall. So I said my part, man. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I get you with the Catterall whole thing, especially since Josh stayed at 140. You had the belts, you should have just gave that man a rematch, bro. You know what I'm saying, and did it the right way. Now you didn't fight him. Then he took another fight. Then he gave up some belts and. Like you said, now way down to the ring, you say?
Just the ring title.
See what I'm saying?
Down his drawers.
Did all that to stay at 140? What you gonna do? Recapture him? Like, I don't see it. Yeah. But it's gonna be a good fight. I'm just picking off real. I'm gonna say Josh.
Mm.
I'm gonna say Josh. Tio got the whole. I don't know. Too sure what's going on with him. But of course, we got to watch the whole. The training camps and seeing how they looking and talking and weigh in all that shit. But as for right now, I'm going for Josh Taylor.
And that's a good pick. And I gotta think a little bit more. But here's what I think. Again, Bob Arum is a nasty, nasty motherfucker because he says on one hand, you little guy, you don't want to move up to 147. You holding on to dear life, hurting your body to stay at 140. Okay, so I gotta fight for you at 140. I gotta fight for you at 140. That I made him go dance with Triller. Thought he was gonna get some kitty cat. Came on home and then we got in the bed with me. I went and slept on the couch. That's Tio over at like neither one of these guys are in the favor of Bob Arum, and the problem is the way he do business without any intermediate like that. Like Tio's like one step away from if Tio wins this one, he's still not going to get favorable fights. And if Taylor wins this one, he's going to say, Josh, all I have for you at 147 is, and it's probably going to be a co-promotional deal because, again, it ain't too much depth at 147 over at Top Rank, right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know unless I don't know. So I don't like that fight personally, but I'm gonna watch it because I'm sure they'll try to make if they put all them prospects that Top Rank got on the undercards, I'm down for it.
Shout out what they see. I could see them doing it. You know what I'm saying? Shushu back in June.
Yep, and he was there in Newark. You know what I'm saying? I hope they get Jahai on this card. He's waiting for a fight, waiting patiently, even though Xander's playing hide the cheese. That's the thing. I mean, there's so much room for fights to be made amongst the prospects. The guys like the Josh Taylors and the TOs. You better make a move against each other before Bob ends up saying, hey, now you got to fight one of my young guys. And then you on your way out. If any of them got to get in the ring with Jahai Tucker or Bruce Carrington or Dante Benjamin, right? No, it's Delonte Benjamin and Dante. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Them guys, if Bob Rank match you with one of them top ranked prospects, you on your way out over there, man.
That's them young gunners, man.
Abdullah Mason, Troy Isley. Come on now, them boys gonna get you, man. I damn near know the top ranked prospects like on some college basketball shit, man.
And Tiger over there too, right?
That's what I'm saying. And I was messing up. It's Tiger Johnson, and it's Dante Benjamin.
Dante Benjamin, yeah. Okay.
Right? So it's Delonte Tiger Johnson and Dante Benjamin Jr. That's why I kept messing up their names. You know what I'm saying? But both them brothers, you know what I'm saying, as well as Shoots, they don't get mentioned enough. You know what I'm saying? Box Boy Troy, Haven Brady, that's my man Georgia. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mason brother.
Yeah. Come on now.
Hey, yeah. They top rank, but they got a squad, boy. They got a squad.
So yeah, I'm not looking down on that one, but one fight I did hear get announced too. So this is what I'm saying: subterfuge and confusion, and I'm a tie this all the way in. That same night, they also announced Clarissa Shields, and they announced it on the Bam Rodriguez card. They announced Clarissa Shields versus Hannah Gabriels too. Respect due. I'm always looking to see the GOAT in action. Then a couple days ago, they announced that Shadasia Green was the mandatory for Franchon Crews-Dezurn, but then they turned around and flipped that and said now it's Savannah Marshall versus Franchon Crews-Dezurn. So now you got Shadasia Green on the outs as far as being a mandatory for the winner of Marshall and Crews-Dezurn, and Clarissa Shields not even giving her the opportunity. And yeah, I don't know. And subterfuge, it's nothing against either of the champions, because when you become undisputed or you get all the belts, you can call your own shots. But I'm pretty sure these ladies would like to give somebody an opportunity the way somebody either didn't give them an opportunity or give them an opportunity,
You
man?
know what? I think it'll be next fight. She should get it. I think she'll get her next fight. Cause Shadasia, since her last fight, got a whole lot of buzz.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what helped. You know, trying to keeping her right there. Well, she in the mentor spot anyway, but keeping her there. You know what I mean? Cause
Yeah.
that's WBC, right?
WB the green belt.
So she good. Cause one, she making noise. Two, she WBC. So they love noise. And then once you get the winner between Michaela Man Cruz, not Michaela Man, I'm sorry.
Marshall.
Marshall, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall and Cruz, then she got that fight, so that's a championship fight. She good. I think her next fight will be either Clarissa here, the roar of people wanting Shadasia to get that shot. And Clarissa a fan friendly fighter, so she'll be like, hey, I really want it. All right. You know what I'm saying? Or she'll get the winner Cruz and Marshall.
And you know what I thought about too? Because Clarissa Shields is a student of the game. Suppose she said to herself, you know something? If I got to fight, I know she fighting that super middleweight, but Shadasia has been or fought at light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Clarissa said to herself, let me fight a former light heavyweight, a legit light heavyweight in Hannah Gabriel's, just to get a feel of what that would be like again. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing about that, Hannah Gabriel been out about 26 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so,
I don't think the Guo gonna spell though. She gonna be in her hometown. Yeah, I think Guo gonna do something different this time.
Nah, for sure, man. And I know you're right. It's gonna work out after what happens, on both of their respective ends. The champions having their way. Shadasia continues that buzz. Get another fight. She down with Jake Paul, so get another fight. Maybe
and that's exactly.
If she can get on the undercard of that Jake Paul and Nate Diaz fight,
I'm sure
some more visibility. Then that sets her up to be in a prime position for that mandatory, right?
Then after your fight, all you gotta do, you got the mic in the middle of the damn ring. Go ahead and say their names if they ain't been saying you or acknowledging you, fucking say their name on TV. That way I ain't got no problem with what Keyshawn did when he didn't say Frank Martin name, but he said Spence.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, bro. That's how call-outs are to me. When you do that shit on TV, nigga, everybody see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Man?
Well,
that's an official call out to me.
And speaking of call outs, this weekend we got only a little bit of action because it's one card, but there's a lot of little nuances to it, right? Let's get to the heavyweight joint right quick. Joe Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang, right? I call him Big Bang or Zhilei Zhang Bang.
Zhilei Zhang.
This fight has been long in the making because Joe Joyce has been right there waiting for an opportunity. Yep. Who you got in this one?
I got Joyce, man.
Yeah.
Big boy Joyce. I think he moved just a little bit more quicker than old boy Zhang. You know what I'm saying? And he got power. He got good power. So it's gonna be a good little fight. But I think Joyce give him.
It's funny. I said that this will be the first time that Joe Joyce gets to be the faster, smaller guy, right? And if he's able to cut off the ring and kind of neutralize the smaller, undersized guy, remember the big, slow guy slows down, right? That's like the spider setting his web and just kind of, don't even know how right? Quicksand type shit. So be careful with Joe Joyce, man. I see him pulling this one out, man, easily as far as dominating the action and the fight. On the undercard too, though, this was the co-main event, and this is right back in my wheelhouse, women's boxing, right? Michaela Mayer, you talking about call out. I'm hoping, because she's done with 130, she's done with Alicia Bumgarner and that whole saga. That's still a great rivalry, but I said it before and I'll say it again. Michaela Mayer can run the table at 135. I hope while she's in the UK, she calls out Katie Taylor. What do you think about First of all, her fight against the only opponent that's beat Alicia Bumgarner, and also her potential to get the belt at 135 at some point.
Yeah, you gotta love with Taylor Martin. She gonna fight. I like her. She gonna fight. She don't give a shit. Like you said, she like, all right, fine. At 30, I'm going up here. Look around. Oh, yeah, common opponent. You see what I'm saying? She did common opponent off real.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta love them women. But anyway, common opponent off real. Like I said, setting it up for the who you say?
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor. Man, you know Katie Taylor gonna take it. Katie
Yeah.
Taylor about all the action. She gonna take it.
Now, Katie Taylor just got to make it past Chantel Cameron. And
True.
that is not a foregone conclusion, because what people don't know about Chantel Cameron, the capo, as she calls herself, the boss, right?
Capo.
She got like all the belts, even she got the IBO, the IBF, the WBO, the WBA, the WBC, and the ring. She got him all at 140. You dig?
That's sweet.
And she moving down to fight Taylor. Remember, Chantel Cameron beat Jessica McCaskill.
Yeah.
So if Cameron get them belts, I got a whole different narrative for Cameron and Mayer. That's something different. But I believe if Taylor's still lingering around, which again, she has to get past Cameron somehow, Mayer got her number. Mayer got Taylor's number. I see that, and I know that for sure, man.
It'll be a good squad, man, because Taylor gonna be for a fight, man. Them good. So, I love watching them fight, dog. Ain't gonna let up. They want it all the way to the end.
Hey, man, how Coyle Ray say it, girls is players too, man. Right?
Simple.
But yeah, man, this is another one for us. Like I said, it's a light weekend. We don't have a lot of action, man. So that's pretty much it. Tell the people where they can find you one more time before we jet up out of here, family.
The Fans Corner. I'm on IG, Twitter, and YouTube. Oh, get this shit. The Fans Corner, DAFANSCORNER. Love doing the stuff with the fans, talking to the fans.
Hey, listen, and we all fans of this thing, and thank you for joining me. As always, ladies and gentlemen, drop a like, drop a comment, and if you're just listening, take something away from this, man, that anybody can contribute, right? So listen, whether it's from the Fans Corner or the King's Court, we all love this thing of ours, man. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, King Amin of Essex, Lidz Low, aka the Fans Corner, we out of here.
Peace.